I will not lead the host of the West into Daggerlad without knowing what awaits us. I have sent trustworthy friends to scout before us on the battle plain.
Let us then check out the Towers of the Teeth by secret steps. We have picked our way across the tumbled stones and parched dust of Daggerlad, but all we have found is an inhospitable land. None live here, for what man could? The orcs keep watch on this place, for it lies on the border of their master's fell country. Theron has gone on ahead to see what lies beyond the ridge. When he returns, we will turn back and tell Aragorn that we have seen a dead land watched by his enemies, through which we must pass nonetheless. Well, isn't that a nice, optimistic view on what's up ahead? The fields of Fornos are so far away now, but this place brings them back to my mind. Fields of Fornos are a pale imitation of this. Farron returns. Mingham, Pineleaf, we don't have much time. Oh, what's wrong? From the top of the ridge, I could see a good distance, and I marked the movement of many orcs crawling hither and yon across the plain. But near at hand, a great tower rises from the rocks and spies the approach. I know the place from Aragorn's maps. It is Narchost, one of the Towers of the Teeth. As I watched, a door in the tower opened, and a great patrol of orcs marched out on some mission. They made for Mordor, but if we hurry, we might be able to enter the tower before they return. We might learn something of value for Aragorn, but we must seize this chance while we have it. Once the orcs return, the opportunity will be lost. Let's hurry! This has... Quickly, this way! Before the orc patrol returns. This has bad idea written all over it, right? Yep. When you lose the camera, definitely is a bad idea. Yeah, we gotta go into that place. Good luck! Because we're not gonna be able to fly. And if we did, the Nazgul will probably catch us pretty quickly. Oh, that's a fun place. The Black Gate. Not a place to go. But here is the tower that we are planning to enter. Well, what can go wrong? Narcost! What could go wrong here? I would not have been able to forgive myself if we let this chance pass untaken, Pineleaf. But now that we're inside, my resolve wavers. Let us learn what we can, and then depart. Well, I agree with you on that part. If there are any secrets to be found that will be valuable to Aragorn, they will be on the upper levels of the tower. We must make our way upwards, but do not be seen by any of the guards that still lurk within. It's important that our passage remains unnoticed. Mingham and I will follow you in the shadows. You must find a way to reach the upper levels in the tower without being seen. Do not approach the guards, or we will all be imperiled. Well, I'll have to keep that in mind. If only there was a way to draw the guards out of the path without being seen. Well, I'll have to think on something for that. see what we've got here. Where do you think they'll bring the Kundalar captives? Azord? The Wily? I don't know. I don't care. Wait, oh, there's actually a reference to Azor in here? Better him than one of us, I say. You're right about that. Better him than us. Okay, so there are a couple of guards there who, of course, are in my path, so I'll just have to... How about using some of those herbs? What's that smell? Do you smell that? Well, let's head upstairs then. Now that the guards... Now I'm really committed to this whole thing. Or that, or I should be committed. See anything else up here? Well, let's take care of that. Smells delicious. What's that? It smells delicious. Oh boy. Orcs. Now it's up here. Of course, the real question is how I'm going to get back down. And of course, I have this sword that's glowing whenever it's in the presence of, or actually not sword, a spear that glows whenever in the presence of orcs. That's certainly going to help me to keep a secret. Alright, well, that seems to be the next direction to go. There is an orc there. Well, let's draw him away. Well, what did the orc say? Well, let's head out this way then. And continue on our way up the tower. Up. No works yet. No works yet. Boy, they really sent most of the people out. The rangers moved quickly, eager to be done at this evil place. Well, did you hear that? Voices ahead. Hold, friends. And keep silent. Ooh? I hear foul mutterings ahead, Pineleaf, and know then for what they must be, the vile black speech used by the creatures of Mordor. It is a language that I have learned to understand, though the steady pained my ears and my heart both. Let us move closer, and I'll try to translate the words for you and Farron. Remain still and out of sight. We must not be noticed, or I fear that we will not leave this tower alive.
Moldango Barsangsur?
What will be done with Iorzan the Wily?
Mokosatam Fikars.
His title was chosen poorly. He was not wily enough to outwit the upstart king. I heard him begging for another chance. He will not have it. I have sent him to Udun. Will any others seek to ambush the army of Gondor? I couldn't do much better than Iorzan or Nazgûl. No, the master wants the army of Gondor to continue its march. What? How can this be? Those are my orders, and that means they are now yours.
Mordor aso.
The upstart king will be allowed to come to the gate.
Goth boars gim baklat.
The master has plans for him. Alright, we need to leave now. Glad they didn't come downstairs. Meekham's study of the foul language has become borne fruit, Pineleaf, and we have learned what we can. The armies of Mordor have orders to allow Aragorn to come to the gate. What terrible fate does the enemy have in mind for the host of the West? I hope Aragorn finds this knowledge useful, but now we need to escape from this place and return to the camp. We can no longer stay here. Well, you are right about that. Good. We got back to safety. Not that it's going to help us much when we all get killed at the Black Gate.
I'm glad you have returned in safety. What can you report of the Slag Hills?
So, this gambit has proven itself, Pineleaf. Sauron believes I have the ring, and all of his attention is focused upon the host of the West. He has fallen for the trap. Now everything depends on Frodo. Everything depends on Frodo. Oh, I guess I need to check out a reward here. Let's see. Agility, vitality, that'll do.
The only hope of victory lies with Frodo, but we still have a part to play.
I asked Daravan to prepare the men for departure, for I believe it will take longer than expected for the host of the West to set out upon this last march. Heavy are the feet that dread the approaching road, but still they must step one before the other. Look for Daravan with the northern road departs from the camp, my friend, and ask him if the men are ready to leave. Well, I suspect I have several other quests to do, but actually this is... by the way, actually I might as well do this one first, since this is an important little instance here. Let's see, how about if I find Daravan then? I've found not only Daravan, but also Pippin. Hello, Pip.
This is the road to Mordor. No one could mistake it for anything else.
I guess not. This road looks as if I would have expected it to look, had I ever wanted to fill my heart with fright and my mind with unease at the considering. And I did not. Daravan has had some kind words to say concerning my courage, and I did not want to offend him by disagreeing, but I think he sees what is not there. If I were truly brave, would I feel frightened at the prospect of taking this road? Certainly not. But Aragorn believes that we have to do this, and I have smarts enough to know he is more wise than I am. If he says there is no other way, this hobbit will not gainsay him. This is the road that we must take. Well, there is that. What do you say about that, Daravan?
This road will take us to the very gate of Mordor.
Yes, it'll take us across the blasted plains of Dagorlad to the very gates. The men stir with restlessness, but they will obey their liege, because he be Eomer or Aragorn. Others there are too, who have joined this host in cause of allied friendship. If they have not turned back now, I believe that they will never abandon us. I have shared words with Peregrine Took here, and he too has a courage about him. Are all of your people possessed of such bravery? Surely not, and yet those I have known seem to be cut out of the same cloth as you, loyal and unflinching in the face of danger. Well, I'll tell you right now, the ones who aren't that way haven't left the Shire. That's what I gotta say about that. Well then, let's get back to Aragorn. I missed is that when we finished the previous book, I got a new emote. So that means we head out in triumph, right, Aragorn?
Are the men ready to march?
What did Darabin have to say? Are the men ready to march? It pains me that such a course is necessary, but I take satisfaction in knowing that the great loyalty and courage of the men with whom we march. Right. I suppose we should now get Mithrandir's opinion, because he wants to talk to me.
Worry gnaws at me, my friend.
You were at the council of the captains Pineleaf, and you heard the arguments for and against this march to the Black Gate. You must know of its importance, as I do. But still, I am troubled. Before battle consumes Minas Tirith, I spoke with Faramir of his watch in Ithilien, and he told me that his men encountered two hobbits in the wild, Frodo and Sam. Briefly he held them, and he did not hinder their errand over long, and soon released them to their purpose. But a third there was, and he served our friends as his guide. Gollum. Faramir spoke against this creature, but Frodo believed that he could be trusted, and intended to follow him through the secret gates into Mordor. The pass is called Cirith Ungol. It is an evil place. I know enough of that pass to know that danger lurks there in the darkness, and I fear that Frodo may trust his guide too readily. Alas, that our roads ran apart. A fortnight has passed since Frodo and Sam departed from Faramir's care. My wandering mind worries at how little we know of their fate, Pineleaf, and conjures terrible scenarios of what could have befallen. What has happened to our friends? What has happened to the ring? Good question.
Up, up, up the stairs. Gollum, Gollum. And then the tunnel. Yes. This way, good hobbitses. Yes.
Oh, that's right. He appears down here. Yes, Master. Thank you for bringing us this far, Smeagol. I know it cannot have been an easy for you to come this way again, or to creep so near to the city below, but you have done right by your promise. Just a little further, you said? I am ready to put these stairs behind us, and then we will need a rest if we can. I am so very tired, and Sam may not say it, but he must be as well. Well, come, Sam. We're nearly at the top. Nearly at the top. Climb. Climb. Well, climb. They'll take their time. I have had my fill of stairs, Mr. Frodo. Yeah, I can understand having your fill of stairs. What was it Gollum said was at the top of the stairs? A tunnel, he said. Yes, a tunnel. That's right. I don't much care for tunnels. The stairs, the tunnels, and Mordor. Who would have thought that we'd make it there, Mr. Frodo? I think we're almost at the top. I can't believe it. At last! I can imagine. Murdered. Hobbitses must die. But not yet. Not yet. A tower! There's a tower above the pass! I don't like the look of that at all. Your secret way is guarded after all, Gollum. I suppose you knew that all along, leading us into a trap, are you? He is right, Sam. Every way into Mordor is washed, in some fashion. Look, we can rest over there, out of the wind. That's right, rest. Sam and I need to rest from the climb before we move on to the tunnel that you mentioned. I am exhausted, and I don't want us to pass beneath the tower without recovering whatever strength we may. You should lay down and get some sleep as well, Schmeagol. We will all need our rest for what lies ahead, I imagine. Yes, you will. Try and get some sleep. Yes, I'll lie down and get some...
Sleep, precious. Yes, for a little while.
There isn't any thoroughfare so far as I can tell. Oh, find water? Yes. Do you think that there will be any in Mordor? Orcs must drink, surely. They do, but not the sort of drink we would want. Then filling our bottles is even more important. But I have heard not so much as a drip or a trickle. Faramir said not to drink any water in the Mordor.
That should be enough. Yes, precious. Time to slip away.
He said not to drink any water flowing out of Imlad Morgul, not into it. Still, I wouldn't trust it, not unless I was dying of thirst. There is a foul odor about everything, a wicked and stuffy smell. I don't like any of it, but it is the path that we must take. Well, there is that. That's true, and it's doubly true that we shouldn't be here right now. Maybe we wouldn't be if we had known the full extent of things before we started. I suppose it's always the way, is it? The old stories, I mean. Half of me wants to hear the conversation, half of me wants to get it right. You're right, Seth. Well, I guess I can't hear the full conversation because I have places to go to sneak away.
What do you want, precious? Leave me alone.
No, Precious! Don't go this way! You mustn't hurt the nice master! We swore, Precious! We swore to serve the nice master! Do not try to hurt him! Must not go!
Weak! Do not listen to him! Gollum!
Alright, let's get on to there. Let's not listen to the... Yes, to the weak-minded version of us. We must continue on our way.
Smeagol is back, the coward.
We shouldn't have leave the hobbits. Gollum. They trust us, they do. And we swore on the precious. Nice master, trust Smeagol, yes. He's a friend to us, a good friend. We swore to serve the master of the precious.
Once we have the precious, we will be the master.
Oh boy, wonderful reasoning. Well, look at this. A cave coming up ahead. Oh, yes, of course, the tunnel.
Leave us alone, Smeagol. This is the only way. Gollum.
Please don't go inside the tunnel, Gollum. Gollum, we can't bring the hobbitses to her. She will eat them, yes. Not just a fat one, but the master too. And Smeagol can't do that to them. No, precious, no. Don't go to her.
She won't want the precious, though. No, indeed.
Well, it's a Torch Ungo, and it's the tunnel. Here is Ungo.
Now, what was the right way?
I think the right way involves the left turn somewhere. Let's head along our way and find out what this her is. So, of course, Schmiegel, or is it Gollum, certainly already knows who she is. Well, based on that, it sounds like a spider. Not that. That would be any shock. Alright, we'll have to find. We have all these tunnels coming out on the left side. All of them filled with webs. Alright, more webs. Deeper and deeper and deeper. And here we go. The proper way.
Almost there, precious. Almost there.
Almost there. To that wonderful place, Remerchant. I mean, what could go wrong here? I mean, how bad could a spider be?
You remember poor Smeagol, yes? Not tasty, no, not tasty at all. But Smeagol, he brings you tasty foods, yes? They are almost here. A gift, yes, a gift for you. And then we will be free of our promise. And the precious will be ours. There is no other way, Smeagol. No other way.
No other way. While the people of the camp have no idea what's going on with Schmiegel, we do have to worry about starting a march for the gate. But before we do that, we need to do some quests in the area. And that's what we'll start doing in the next episode of The Complete Pineleaf.